Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And this carries into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15. They didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Successive penalties have him looking now at a 1st and 20. Cousins gives way to Cook. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. His guys will get the football back. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 93 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7. Vikings nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete to Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
1st down. Here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
44-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. On play action, Cousins. He gets this one to Johnson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16. And another 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The 30-yard line.
Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. But it is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So they touched him before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Eagles 7, Vikings 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Well, CD, unfortunately, some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his parents were in a car crash and his father, Tyrone, captain of the Miami-Dade Police Department, passed away in that accident, and his mother, Lisa, also sustained critical injuries. So it was obviously a tough one. James White did not play in the game on Sunday, but we did see... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Will Parks.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He's going to let this go deep for It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 40 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Miles Sanders.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
15-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Jake Elliott.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Vikings 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A 1st down throw for Cousins. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are within a 2-point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Throwing one incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake.
Minnesota.
Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go play action. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So first and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, Charles, glancing back to week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants losing the face of their team? And Saquon Barkley looks like an ACL gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Devontae Maddox. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. They twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Working from the gun. Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Wentz on target to Rager. First down, Eagles. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders.
Number 20.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are in defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Oh, he pulled it right. It's no good.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Has it, the tight end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
34-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins able to find Jefferson here, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target.
Oh, boy, you ain't got no feet.
Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 52 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they take on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Vikings 20.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Jackson on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands. On 3rd down. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he goes
goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Eagles.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first is Wentz. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marquise Goodwin, 56 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
Jake Elliott on.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick. Defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
On first down, Sanders. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He was brought down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, it's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak.
at maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak his first
filet,
time.
filet, 10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
8-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Incomplete.
Throw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The tackle.
They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Eagles 58, Vikings 20. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is caught for the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
3rd down.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Mikel Roby-Coleman, a sack off the corner.
7. It's 4th down.
One last shot now for Cousins. That's to his running back complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first.
Eagles.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.